You definitely want to make sure you have a good locked in ollie before you kickflip. It's even better to have a good rolling ollie, maybe do it over stuff, on an obstacle. Really make sure that you have that control. I know it's tempting to skip this step because it's not so fun, but when you think about it, an ollie is pretty much 30% of a kickflip. So when you have the ollie, you pretty much have 30% of the kickflip already down. And you also don't want to be that person that knows how to kickflip but doesn't know how to ollie. So this is more or less going to be the foot positioning for the kickflip. As you can see, the feet are staying on the bottom portion of the board only, pretty much. This is the best diagram that I could come up with that explains how I view skateboarding and kickflips in my head. Skateboarding is a lot like physics. In that sense, you'd have to understand it in the form of physics before performing the trick. The green circles are where you want to aim to flick. Aiming to flick in the center of the green circles instead of at the bottom of them where the arrows start is what really locked in my kickflips for me and made them super consistent. Personally, I think the reasoning for this is because if you flick that way every single time, you don't make a habit of flicking downwards, and also it's less effort to flick the board. Pop, flick, jump. It's important to flick outwards, so flick to your right if you're goofy and flick to your left if you're regular. If it's difficult for you to get this motion at first, just keep practicing. In day-to-day life, our ankles are not used to flicking outwards that way, so it's going to take some practice and muscle memory for your ankles to remember that motion. But once you have it, it's super easy. A problem that I had when I was learning kickflips is I felt like I knew the motion, I just couldn't commit to the trick. So I could land it with one foot every single time, but I had a big commitment issue. Like what? Like what? So this was my solution to that. I knew how to pop, flick, and jump all at once, and the difficult part for me was putting them all together and completely giving myself to the trick and actually committing. I found anything that I could to hold on to. Usually you could use a fence, or at the basketball courts they have the basketball hoops that I would stand in the center of and hold my weight onto it while I practice the muscle memory with my feet. This way it'll lock in the muscle memory for you, so when you're finally ready to try and commit to the trick, you could try holding onto one side of the pole and putting less and less of your weight onto them until you feel finally enough courage to do it without holding onto anything. It might take a moment or two for you to get to this point, but if you do it enough holding onto something, you'll feel confident, or at least a little bit more confident than you would with the muscle memory you already know to do it without holding on to anything at all. When you really get them down, it's a super fun trick to have. They're so versatile. You could do them up things and grinds and slides, down things. It's just super fun. So don't give up. Continue to keep pushing yourself and trying, because once you have them, you're going to be super happy that you didn't give up. It took me quite a while to learn how to kickflip, so don't lose hope. It's coming. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.